Right, so it's just gone 6 in the morning and it is an absolutely stunning day again. We've got a super calm sea, lovely sunrise, just come up about an hour ago, and I'm heading to a mark to see if we can find the bass. Now I've got literally just under 2 hours until I've got to be at work, so it's just going to be a short session today. The tide's still pretty high, so as you can see, what I've done today, put the shorts on, put some booties on. I've got a gully to cross, which I'm hoping isn't going to be too deep, because yeah, the water's still a little bit cold. Definitely going to wake you up first thing in the morning. But I'm going to hop out onto some rocks, chuck a surface lure about. At the moment I've got a Samson surface lure on, and yeah, hopefully fingers crossed, we can find a bass. Now I've got my lure bag with me, which has got my phone and everything in it, so just might have to wait a little bit longer. It's probably like well over waist deep there. Oh, it's a little bit cold. Right, that's the first bit done. As you can see, whoa, it's actually quite hard to see because the sun's so bright. Now, can we get over this bit? There we go. This is going to be the difficult part. Oh, good morning, and what an absolutely stunning morning it is. Now I've come out early this morning, about 2 hours before I need to be at work, or less than 2 hours now, to try for a bass. Now I haven't done much lure fishing for bass over the last couple of weeks. I've been focusing my attentions on other sorts of fishing and failing miserably. So yeah, I've come out early doors today. Sun's been up for about an hour. It's an absolutely beautiful day. Flat calm sea, lovely warm sunshine. I've just had to hop over a couple of gullies, but the last one I need to get over is still about chest deep. So I'm just going to wait a few more minutes, and then I'm going to cross it, because there's literally one boulder you can stand on, and the rest of it is well overhead. So if you fall, yeah, it's not going to be too great. But anyway, the plan is throw out a surface lure. I'm going to be starting with a Samson surface lure. It's the twig bait in mullet. So I'm going to be starting with that, and yeah, if nothing's happening, I might switch to something else. But yeah, hopefully there's going to be some bass around. So like I said, I'm just going to wait for this gully to clear a little bit more so I can get over it, and then we'll get fishing. First thing I always look out for when fishing early morning like this is obviously any activity on the surface. So any bait fish at all, or any fish whatsoever breaking the surface. It's not always bass sometimes, but yeah, that's sort of what you're looking out for. Any splashes, any bait fish being worked up to the surface of the water. You can see the rips as well in the tide when it's this calm, so you can aim to sort of work those areas or just off those areas. This place is a lot of rock, reef and weed, so if you can find the tide ripping through those sorts of areas like that, you'll very often find fish hanging out, waiting for the food to wash around it. Well, so far, oddly enough, I've not had a single indication of anything hitting the surface. No little bait fish, no bass, mullet, nothing. Now it is extremely clear today. The water is absolutely crystal clear. And obviously it's such a bright day. It's not exactly the best conditions. Perfect sea conditions for throwing out a surface though. You can see absolutely every movement, and the fish are definitely going to see it as well. But it's one of two things: either there's no fish around here at the moment, or they're just a little bit put off. Now I've thrown out the Samson lure. I've had a good probably 20-30 casts with that. I clipped on the Pachinko 125 as well. I had a few more casts with that, and at the moment I've just got a Savage Gear gravity stick. I was thinking of going for something a little bit smaller, but it might be one of those days where they're either just not here or they're not interested. That's why it can be good to get out that little bit earlier in the morning and fish just at first light on days like this, just while they're not put off. They got a little bit of darkness as cover. That's not to say you won't catch bass at all in these conditions. Oh, there's one. Whoa, whoa, hello. Wow, that was a good take. Is that, whoa, hello. This is a good fish. Well, it feels like a good fish. There's a lot of tide here. Is that a bass or a wrasse? That's a wrasse. My goodness, that's an absolute chunk of a wrasse. Jesus, this thing is a beast. I reckon this could be a PB wrasse. This is huge. Come here. That came out of nowhere. Well, that there is a massive wrasse. Right, let me just slide him up. This is definitely a PB wrasse for me. Look at the size of that. Wow. Right, let's get him up here. Right, 1 second, I'll just get sorted and I'll get you a better show. Well, here we go. Check out the size of that thing. That is an absolute monster of a wrasse. Look at the size of the mouth on it. Now actually, I had to put my phone in my lure bag because I was crossing the gullies. I took my scales out of my bag, and sod's law, but look at the size of that thing. That is huge. I'm going to measure it. Oh goodness, but that is massive. I mean, that's the size of my hand. Look at the width of it. It's huge. What an absolute beast. 51 centimeters. If you can see very well there. Yeah, 51 centimetre. So I'm not too sure what that would be in pounds, but it's got a girth of 18 centimetres. That's mental. That thing is huge. Anyway, let's get it back. That came out of absolutely nowhere. Well, here we go. This thing is an absolute chunk. I'd say that was a good probably 4.5 pound. Pushing, well, it could even be 5 pound. But I'll see if I can get you a show there. But there we go. That thing's an absolute beast. But at least it's not a blank. Got a lovely wrasse there. Absolutely nailed the gravity stick out of nowhere. What a beautiful fish. Well, I'm glad about that. He took quite a while to revive, but eventually did go back okay. But what a hit that was. I couldn't tell what it was at first. Thought I'm either into a decent bass here, or I did have a feeling it was a wrasse. But yeah, I'm pleased about that. Not the bass I intended to catch, but still saves the blank. And that's, I'm pretty sure that's a PB for me. I reckon that was pushing 5 pound, that wrasse. The biggest I've had before I think is 4.8, and that was bigger. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was tipping 5 pound. But yeah, as it goes, I took my scales out of my lure bag. So sod's law, it's always going to happen, isn't it? So unfortunately I couldn't weigh it, but yeah, he's gotten back strong. He's absolutely destroyed the gravity stick. But anyway, let's get a lure back in the water and see if we can find a bass before I got to go. I think I've got about 20 minutes or half an hour until I'm going to have to leave. So yeah, let's get to it. Well, I've clipped the pachinko back on. Just having a few more casts with this. I really don't think there's any bass around today. It is an absolutely glorious morning though. Shame I got to go to work really. But at least that was worth getting up for. Always nice to get a new PB, no matter what species it is. But a savage take. Wrasse certainly do hit the lure so aggressively. So all of this here, as you can see, is all dried out now. These are the gullies I was hopping over before. As you can see, this rock here is a good sort of chest deep. So that was the idea behind the shorts this morning. I knew the tide would be pretty high. Yeah, I know the state of tide, but it has to be when you can get over it comfortably, like if you're just in wellies or something. But any higher, it's yeah, a little bit deep. So I thought, bang a pair of shorts on. With it being summer, obviously you can do that now. There's no chance of me doing that in the winter. Oh well, at least we saved the blank. A lovely ballan wrasse. No bass around today, but anyway, it's still nice to get out. And sure enough, I'll be out later in the week, hopefully on the hunt for those bass. They seem to be a bit few and far between at the moment, but yeah, going to be trying some different marks. I think marks I haven't fished in, well, sort of since last summer, so we'll give that a go and hopefully we can find a few. But anyway, thanks very much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one.